Thank you, Maria, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm a long-time civil liberties and privacy activist. And citizens who constantly feel watched and under surveillance can no longer freely and courageously stand up for their rights and for a just society. So surveillance, distrust, and fear are gradually transforming our society into one of uncritical consumers who think they have nothing to hide and, in a vain attempt to achieve total security, are prepared to give up their freedoms. I don't want to live in such a world, and that is also my motivation for running for the European Parliament. But so much awareness and understanding is needed for lawmakers to get it right. And that's why we've called today's event Decrypting, the encryption debate. Only yesterday did I join a round table with government and EU officials on encryption. And their argumentation follows the lines of, we need to move the debate forward. The binary viewpoint that encryption either prevents all third-party access or generally allows for third-party access is extreme. Encryption can still be safe even if lawful access is possible with due process in place. It's just a matter of governance and trust. And you already trust your providers anyway with unencrypted communications, that they will only listen in if there is a court order, etc. So this is the argumentation that's being used. And I hope to hear today from our experts how they recommend we should balance the competing security needs and what your messages to policymakers is. I'm glad that Mr. Poupard, Ms. Biyani, and even Bruce Schneier have agreed to join our debate today. And it's high time to be having it. Because the proponents of breaking encryption are currently using an extremely emotional frame, the keeping our children safe from sexual abuse, to legitimize what will become the EU's first legislation on mass surveillance, and namely a dossier called EPrivacy Derogation that says providers will be providers of email, of messaging, and of chat services will be able to screen the content of every private message for alleged child pornography with high rates of false positives. This legislation will be voted at the beginning of July, and the Commission has already announced that it will follow up with legislation to make this screening mandatory. It's as if the post office opened all letters. So the need to protect our children is so pressing that we're willing to push limits for it. Some are willing even to consider torture or death penalty to protect children. So therefore, I'm glad that Mr. Hanff has joined us today, being himself a victim of child sexual abuse and a privacy professional, to discuss this issue, which could be the end of safe end-to-end encryption in commercial services. And with this introduction, I would like to hand back to our moderator.